All right, let's get back to normal, shall we? In comic books, in books, we have an old book kind of resurging in a weird way. We also have Predator returning in a very unique way. And honestly, the internet called this one a couple years ago, but we'll get to that. Welcome, nerds, to the comic books and book news for the week. This is where we talk about all things comic books and literature related. So if there's a new book coming out, we're not going to get into individual arcs necessarily, unless there's some sort of like major publisher-wide effects that are going to be related to said arc. We don't really get into individual arcs or individual issues. We just talk about the broader news at large. So without any further ado, let's talk about some comic books and possibly some books as well. And we'll get to that in just a moment. That's the tease, so let's get into the stuff. We have no follow-ups or corrections. We have no trailers, so let's just jump right into the regular-ass news, shall we? First up, we have Avengers Inc., a quote-unquote new book, because this is kind of return to form for how the Avengers started in the 60s, but Avengers Inc. Marvel announced a new noir-inspired series written by Ewing and art by Leonard Kirk, set for a September release. It's going to be paying homage, like I said, to the 60s roots of the team, and specifically the role that Janet Van Dyne, aka the Wasp, played in founding the group. So that sounds honestly pretty great, not gonna lie. Next up, the Marvel Ultimate Universe is returning in all of its glory. Jonathan Hickman and Bryan Hitch together will be rebooting the Ultimate Universe for Marvel. Jonathan Hickman obviously doing the writing, and then Bryan Hitch going to be doing the art. Direct sequel is going to be coming out of the Ultimate Invasion arc that is coming to a close currently in Marvel books. This is the first time since 2015 that there has been a proper Ultimate Universe, so that's pretty great. Then next we have Predator versus Wolverine. Superpower Beatdown called this one a little while ago. They have a live action version of this. It's a fight between these two anyway, and it's pretty awesome in and of itself, so go check that out. But also, Marvel has announced a crossover series with their newly acquired former Fox property, written by Benjamin Percy, acclaimed writer for taking Wolverine's ferocious spirit to the limits, and the character's ongoing, blah, 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 blah. Greg Land, art will be from Greg Land, Andrea Di Vito, Ken Lashley, Kei Zama, and many, many more. It is set for a September release, so it is going to be, how could this be a bad book? Honestly, how could this be bad? Somebody tell me, please, because I don't think it's going to be bad. I think this is going to be, it's going to be a one-off. It's not going to pull in a whole bunch of new people into Marvel, but it's going to make the fans who are sticking around pretty happy. And that's my view into the future. From there, we have a suggestion for comic books and books. We have Batman versus Predator. It's going old. It's Batman versus Predator. The first book happened in 92, I believe. No. First book happened in 91. It won an Eisner in 92. Then another book happened in 95, and another book happened in 97. So there are 3 volumes of Batman versus Predator. So while we're waiting for Predator versus Wolverine, let's see the OG do it in the DC side. And yeah, Batman vs. Predator is your suggestion for the week. Definitely go read that one. Once again, nerds, this is just the comic books and books section from the Week in Nerddom, which is the much longer video that gets posted over on the main channel, youtube.com/generallynerdy or @generallynerdy, however you gotta find it. That's the main channel. You get the entire, usually around about an hour-long video there that goes into other topics as well, TV, movies, rumors, etc., etc. Go check that out. Before we leave you, though, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.